Hi guys, welcome to Reensplace. Today I'm making some homemade apple juice, and the apples are really good by the orchard by me this year. This is my steam juicer. I think I showed this in my last video. I believe it's a Euro Cuisine. I'll put a link for it below. But you just put some water in the bottom pot, and then the middle pot collects the juice, and the top is a strainer basket that you put the apples in. So I'm going to swing over to the other counter and we'll get those apples cut up and get them in there. Okay, so what I'm doing is I have about a half a bushel of apples that I'm going to be juicing today. I did about a half a bushel yesterday and I got nearly 8 quarts. So all I'm doing is I'm rough chopping these. If you watched my apple butter video, which I'll link below in the description box, you'll see that I used all kinds of scraps and the juice was delicious. So all I did was I really gave these a good scrubbing, and I'm just cutting them. I'm not de-seeding them anything. I'm leaving the skins on, I'm leaving the seeds in, cores in, and I'm just cutting them into smaller pieces like that. And what you do is you just fill up this basket here. It's going to need more, but just fill it till it gets all the way to the top, and I keep it on like a medium. My stove goes low, which is a 0. I'm sorry, low, which is a 1, to high, which is a 9, and I put it at about 5.5. And it just comes to a gentle steam. What you have to watch out is that the bottom pot does not run dry. So what I do is while they're steaming, I just every now and again I lift it up and I check my water level. And what you do is I'll bring you back when it's ready. But when it's when you see that the inner pot is holding a lot of juice, you use this little valve and you just catch it. I catch it in a pot and I keep that on a simmer until I have all my juice going, and then I can it all. So I will bring you back when we are ready to when we're ready to check the water level and to see if the juice is going. Okay, so it's been a little while later. I didn't unfortunately time it, so I'm not sure how long. But I just want to check the water in the bottom to make sure that we're still good. So I'm going to look for 2 pots, and we're still great on water. And if you can see or not, the apples have cooked down quite a bit, so we're going to go and chop some more and add them too. Okay, there we go. I don't know if you can see how much they've cooked down, but... Okay, let's go to the other counter. And I'm just going to maybe fill up the bowl. This is super easy. The juice is sweet and delicious. They say in the book that you can add sugar if you want to make your juice sweeter, but honestly, these apples come from a local orchard and they are delicious. They're sweet. They have that beautiful apple taste. You know, like sometimes you get an apple at the grocery store and it's just kind of bland tasting. These apples, you could tell, this one's not so great. These apples, you could tell that they were picked from a tree down the road. I'll just save that apple for the next deer that walks past my back deck. It is rutting season, so when I have my security on, it goes off non-stop because the males are chasing the females. I don't know how many I can fit. I'm going to try this and see if we can get these all in. I like to keep it full. And what we'll do also is after we put these apples in, we're going to check how much juice, if any, is ready to come out. And what I like to do is I just take a pot. You can do this, Winifred, you can do this directly into a mason jar, but what I do is I like to keep the juice warm on the stove until I have enough to can a whole canner full. It's that simple. I've seen other kinds of steam juicers, and they have like a hose on it, but my husband thought, probably rightfully so, that that could be messy and harder to use, so he got me this one. I'll show you, you know what, maybe I'll stop it now and show you how this works. Okay. Okay, so there's water on the bottom that I showed you. This is the collection. It looks like a funnel, like a bundt cake pan in the middle. It's got that tube in the middle, and then this is just like a steamer pot. But if you see, I hope you can see. Let me move you a little bit closer, and I hope that the steam doesn't get you. It collects in there. And then you just pour it off. But all right, I think I'm going to pause this right now. I'll keep an eye on it. It usually says like 40 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes for like each batch of apples you stick in, but I haven't really been, I just watch the bottom water. I feel like you can't over steam them, if you know what I mean. So I will keep going, and I'll bring you back as we progress. Okay guys, so we've been juicing all day. This is all that's left. I know the lighting's not great, but this is all that's left out of a half a bushel of apples. I got 2 full pots. I think these are 6-quart pots of juice. And what I'm going to do is I have a few things in my sink here. I'm going to throw them in the dishwasher. And then I'm going to come back, because I will be canning this juice in my Ball, I don't know what it's called, the Freshtech electric water bath canner. Yeah. So, this is not a new item, but it's new to me. So I've only used it a couple times, and oh my god, it's so good. They have the valve here on the side so you can drain the water instead of, you know, lifting the heavy pot. But, yeah, so let me, I'm going to, like I said, I only got a couple dishes. I'm going to throw them in the dishwasher. I'm going to clean my jars. I'm going to get my jars ready, and I'll set up for canning, and I'll come back with you, and I'll show you how we do it. Okay, I'm back. Did my dishes. I have 5 clean jars that I have soaking with some hot water in them. And now what we're going to do is I have the rack in my canner, and I have the plug in the side here. And then I'm just going to fill it up with hot tap water. Okay, so while that's going, I am warming up the apple juice to make it a little bit hotter. And then I just have sitting here in some warm water. It's not even boiling. I put it in my fingers. I'm just having them sit in some warm water. And then we're going to start canning this up. So I will come back when I have my canner as full as I need it, and I'll show you. Okay, so this is how I'm setting up. Let me just show you. If I need to top it off after I put the jars in, I will, but I think that's going to be good. And then while I'm filling my jars, I'm just going to turn this on medium, straight up. Once the jars are in here and I'm ready to start actual canning, I'll put it up to canning, and I'll wait till it to come to a boil, and then I'll start my timer. Okay, so this is easiest. I have a large sink, so this is easy for me because I'm a really sloppy pourer. So what I do is have my apple juice here. I have these filled up with warm water, not burning my hand, but you know. And then I'm going to, did I bring out my little, yeah I did. And then I'm going to just use a cup measure with the handle. I'm losing a little bit, but I'm okay with that because I want this done. This is my 2nd day canning apple juice, and frankly, I'm over it. It's very simple, especially if you have the canner that I have and the steamer. It's when you're steaming the apples, it just it does its own thing. You just got to make sure that you don't run it dry. Okay. I don't know why apples are foamy, but they are. So I'm going to empty the next one. Put that in there. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Yep. And I'm just going to take a little a little cloth here because this is apple and you want to make sure that it's not sticky so it gets a nice seal. Use vinegar, hot water even if you didn't have vinegar. Okay, it's one. Fingertip tight, that's it. Put that over to the side. Next jar, when I get 2 of them, I'll throw them in the canner. And now the canner, I wanted to tell you, holds 7 quart jars, but I'm only doing 5 in here because by my calculations, I could be off. I think I'm going to have about 11 quarts of juice, so I figured I will just keep this light. I don't like to run it with only like a few quarts in it. I just feel like they jiggle around too much, and you could put empties in there, but I'm not to be bothered. Okay, again, wipe it off good. And no, that's not soap in here, it's apple. That's what the apple's foaming. So, what else did I want to tell you? So, again, we're getting at the very end of apple season by us, and I get these from a local orchard very close to my house. So I got a good deal. I'm going to just stick these in the canner. And it's not super hot yet, so I'm able to, touch the water with my fingertips and not burn myself. But it's getting there, so the next one, I'll use my grabber. But as I was saying, I probably am going to get some more apples because 2 bushels full is not enough. The next things that we're going to do is tomorrow night. I just looked at the calendar. Tomorrow night is like 6 weeks until Christmas. And I'm going to make some apple pie moonshine because the longer it sits, the better, but minimum 6 weeks. So I figured if I make it this weekend, I can still give it as gifts if I want to. And though it won't be as smooth as what it would be if it sits longer, it'll be good. So that will be tomorrow's video. So I'm hoping that you guys will check back and see. And I'm also going to be doing, maybe, hopefully, some apple pie filling. I have to really check and see how long. Like I said, we're really at the end of the orchard season here. And so I don't know how much longer they're going to be open. So, ouch. Yeah, it's getting a bit warm. I don't know how much longer they're going to be open. So I'm gonna just buy for the apple pie moonshine. I'm gonna buy already made cider. This is juice, not cider. I'm gonna buy already made cider, but I get it from that orchard there. They make it right there. It's delicious. And I'm gonna do that tomorrow. And I might do apple pie filling, but I gotta see. I'll probably just get the apples over the weekend and then maybe do that next week. I think I have everything to do that. Not 100%, but I'm pretty sure I do. Okay, so this pot gave me 4 quarts. And I'm going to grab that other pot. I just cleaned my sink with Clorox, so we're all good. Okay. Grab another thing. This should be is this the last one? No, I got one more. This is 4. Yep, that's getting hot. Okay. I'll show you what the inside of the canner is looking like. Oh yeah, I'm right at the maximum fill line, so that's perfect. Okay, so I have 5 jars in, and again, you can do 7 quarts at one time in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my heat up from, it says low, medium, I have it here, between medium and high, and then I'm going to turn it to canning, and that's really going to get the heat going. Then they give you this plate, which is not to be stacking, it's supposed to, it does, I know for a fact it does, it keeps the bubbles from like bubbling over when it comes to a boil. And if you could see, I'm right at the max line. So we're going to do that. We're going to put the lid on. Oh my goodness, you know what? I didn't plug it in. I've been waiting all this time and I didn't plug it in. I seen the plug for my battery charger. Yep, it's one of those days, you know. And I didn't even notice because the okay. All right. I will get this going and I'll show you when it starts boiling. Okay, so the water's finally boiling. I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes and then we'll come back and we'll okay, so as you can see, it's boiling. It's been boiling for 10 minutes. My timer just went off. I'm going to go ahead and turn the pot off. And then I'm going to just wait a couple more minutes. I'll take the top off. I'm going to leave that a couple minutes to sit, and I don't want to take them out yet because I don't want them to siphon. So we'll come back in a few minutes and we'll take the jars out. Okay, so they've been sitting in the hot water for about 10 minutes or so, and I'm just using my big fork to remove this plate. It's got a little... Let's stick it over here. Okay. And now we're going to remove the jars. And if you notice the coloring of these, they're like a little cloudy. That's for a couple reasons. I'll show you my other ones that I did yesterday. Okay, so these ones, I don't know if you could tell, they almost look like cider, the coloring on them. And that's because, if you see these, they have kind of a pink tint to them almost. And that is because I left the skins on, and it just colors them. But as they cool, they get more clear. They're not as cloudy looking. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, check out the Ball Freshtech water bath canner. I really love it. I wish I'd gotten it sooner, but... And then when you're done canning, when the water's cool, obviously you're not going to do it now, but when it's cool, there's a little plug down there. Right down there, that black plug. You pull that, and then you use the spigot on the side, and then I open it up, and I let the water run into the sink, and I clean my kitchen. And by the time it's done, you just tilt the pot, get that last little bit out, wipe it out, put it away. Alright guys, I'm going to do some more. I have a couple more jars to do, but again, homemade apple juice using the Euro Cuisine steam juicer and the Ball Freshtech electric water bath canner. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Give it a thumbs up. Ask questions. If I can help you, I will. I'll do my best. And tomorrow, I'm going to be doing my apple pie moonshine video. So make sure you check back for that. Again, it takes about 6 weeks to mellow out the flavors of it. Longer is better, but we've got 6 weeks until Christmas. So, all right, guys, have a good evening. Thanks for watching.